President Trump is traveling to Texas later today to make his case for a border wall with Mexico in what will be his first rally since last fall's midterm elections. The president will be in El Paso, Texas, a city that he says was gripped by violent crime that only came down after a border barrier fence went up. However, an NBC fact-check report, well, it shows government data conflicts with the president's claims. In a State of the Union address, the president said that El Paso had been considered one of the nation's most dangerous cities. But FBI data says that crime rates in El Paso have been dropping since 1993. Violent crime rates in El Paso have been low since before and after the border fence was built in 2006. El Paso's mayor, a Republican, says he believes that the president was just given some misinformation. Meantime, it is a critical week for border security talks, with only days left before Thursday's deadline to avoid another government shutdown. Last month, President Trump signed a short-term spending bill to fund the government without funding his border wall. Congressional negotiators' goal was to work out a bipartisan deal before the deadline at the end of this week. But so far, those negotiations have gone nowhere.
Stalled negotiations, no sign of progress, and a deadline quickly approaching despite weekend meetings and talks. Sources say congressional negotiators on both sides of the aisle are not any closer to reaching an agreement to keep the government open past this Friday, February 15th.
It's going to have to include funding that will allow us to secure the border, and it'll have to include funding for some sort of a barrier.
The crisis that is claimed of America being under siege or attack, I don't agree with.
Sources say the latest proposal pegs border wall funding at $2 billion. That's far below the $5.7 billion the president requested.